What to do when your man's upset and you don't know why. Sometimes men just wake up mad as they don't even be knowing why they mad. Just grumpy as hell. In these type of situations, you gotta do 3 things. Number 1, shut the up. Push. Just be quiet. Whatever pissed him off already turned his ass mute. Don't get to asking him a million questions and then get mad when you can't figure it out. Now you mad cause he mad. Just chill, my baby, and let him tell you when he cool down. In the meantime, just stay in his corner. He wants you around, he just don't feel like talking. Number 2, give that man a hug. The world probably whooped his ass that day. Love on that man. Tell him it's going to be okay. Men are dramatic. At the end of the day, they might act hard, but they really just want to be baby. Let him on your make him some food, get his favorite snack, whatever makes him feel better. Number 3, get that man some head. Don't even ask him to do it, just whip it out. Man been begging for head all week, just do it. Little bit of head goes a long way. Men are simple. Men are not that hard to please.
A single mom of 3 kids. Number 1 is that you need to be making at least $130K a year. And you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make $130K or more, then you are out of my. How do you expect to give me money for my kids if you only make $50K a year? Second is I don't date men that are younger than me because for obvious reasons. So if you are 26 and over, then you qualify. 26 to 35 is the age limit, okay? I feel like 35 is pushing it because they look old as already. Oh, I'm 26. I'm a baby. So yeah. You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats because I have 3 kids. So I want them to be comfortable whenever we go with you on a trip or something. You want me to come with you? I'm gonna bring my kids and you need to have enough space for my kids. So that's why I require you to have an SUV and a vehicle of your own if you're gonna be dating me. Another requirement is that you have to have a property under your name and you have to be looking into getting your second property. Have to get a home that has 6 rooms because each of my kids have to be in their own room. So you have to be considerate. Purchase a house that has 6 rooms because that's only common sense. And if you cannot meet those requirements, then you're not. The last requirement is that it has to be pink. If it's not pink, no. Pink and brown go together. Pink and brown,
Hi.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Actually, I was from that angle. I saw you are looking so busy and nice.
Thank you.
So I was wondering, maybe I can get your Snapchat or IG.
Sorry, I don't give people my socials.
Oh, you don't give us?
Yeah. Wait. Come back. Why are you leaving? You're supposed to put more effort. Try harder, yes.
Try harder?
Yes.
No, thanks.
What?
Teflon, 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 Teflon.
I don't love her, I don't love her, and I don't need her. I like to her, that pretty good though, but I don't eat her. Never. She's my baby. She my baby though. When we get lit, but she can't claim me. Don't claim me when she's not with me. When I'm gone. Love to, cause she's so bad. Soft lips, big thighs, wet, fat ass. She lives downtown. Tell us the truth.
A lot of times we as men talk about the women we prefer based on their physical appearance, based on their social status, based on their educational and career accomplishments. But the one thing we stay away from, because it causes such an uproar, is the age of women we prefer. Now, I'm not a guy who says you should be dating women who aren't legal. No, every man should only date women who are of legal age. And by legal age, I mean women who are old enough to have at least 1 degree. And for some of y'all, that may still be young, but okay, who cares what you say? So today I want to talk to y'all about 5 things you can expect and should expect when dating a younger woman. Many men end up getting with younger women, 22 through 26, 27, with ill intentions. And they're not mature enough to understand the type of guidance and leadership that they're going to have to impart in that particular situation. So they end up just really coming in and damaging that young woman mentally and physically and emotionally. But it's because they don't know any better. Now, the first thing is this. As the age would belie, we all remember when we were in our early 20s, mid 20s. We didn't know shit. That's the same thing you have to know if you're going to date a woman that age. She doesn't know a lot about life. Now, we always look at what her intimate experience may be, and trust me, we don't want a woman who has all the intimate experience in the world, especially young. But that's just a small part of what makes a woman who she is. You have to know that her life experiences with money, her life experiences with hardship, her life experiences with understanding people and being able to gauge people's energy so you don't get caught up with the wrong people, it's very lacking at that age. And so she's going to have to be led in that way a lot. And you're going to have to be an honest and upfront man with her, because that's just what you should do. And not just with younger women, but since that's who we're talking about, we'll stay in that zone. Now, another thing about that is she's going to think she knows more than she knows. Because, when we first get that opportunity, that freedom to go out into the world, we think we know a lot more than we know, because a lot of the things that we've been told simply don't hold up and don't pan out. So what your grandma told you when you were 8 probably doesn't pan out when you're 25. Some of it may, but a lot of it won't. And you have to be willing to let her go and make those mistakes and keep yourself clean. You understand? You can't attach yourself in ways that are going to cause you to be affected negatively by her mistakes. Not the mistakes she has to make, but the mistakes she wants to make because she wants to do it her own way. Any aspect of life she wants to do it her own way, you stay away from it. So if she wants to do everything on her own financially and handle that, okay, go ahead and do that. But don't look for me to bail you out when you do something that's opposite of what I told you. Now, am I saying don't tell her anything? No, she's going to have to seek you for advice. She's going to come to you for advice. So if she comes to you for advice, you give it to her. If she does what she wants to do, you let her deal with the consequences and repercussions of it. The greatest thing you can do for a young woman or any young person in your life is to allow them to deal with the consequences and repercussions of their decisions. One of the greatest lessons you can learn. That way you take your decision-making process seriously in life. The second thing is, you better be in pretty good shape. Because when it comes to intimacy, boy, that young tender, she got some wind on her, boy. You understand? She can go and chill and be ready to go some more. Now, am I saying you're supposed to allow her to dictate to you the frequency and tenacity of the intimacy? No. But what I'm saying is, if you can't handle the heat, man, don't even go in the kitchen. Because that kitchen going to be hot, homie. We talking about the kitchen with gas burning stove, boy. We talking about 6 eye over here, and we talking about another 2 burners over there, boy. We talking about 8 burners total in that kitchen, boy. That thing stay hot. And so you better be ready to cook. You understand? If you ain't no gourmet chef, you can't go in there boiling on hot dogs, homie. You got 8 eyes in there, gas range, Vulcan kitchen. Boy, you better go in there and be ready to burn, man. Because let me tell you something. That young thing, man, be ready to go in the kitchen. And that's just something you have to understand. If you know that you don't have any intimate stamina, just stay away from that, man. It ain't gonna be for you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be for you. Now, this is, of course, for men who are into having women in your life in a productive way, and not for you suckers that's out here just trying to run through as many women as you can. No, if you're out here just trying to be intimate with any woman you can, just so you can pile up your numbers, man, go somewhere else. The alphasphere ain't for you, because you ain't alpha jack. You're a beta male simp mangina. I say again,
You a beta male simp mangina.
and that's 100% true. Now, I will say this. If you can handle that, then you also need to know that she doesn't know what pleases her. She has no idea. You understand? And by that, I don't mean she doesn't know how to make herself feel good. I'm saying that she doesn't really know what pleases her. So you have pretty much a canvas there, and you can shape that canvas and paint whatever you want to on that canvas. And that's one of the greatest things about it. You have an opportunity to help someone explore what intimacy means to them and bring them to a fuller realization of what that can mean to their lives and how they can enhance a relationship. Because truth be told, intimacy is not just about you going out there trying to pile up your numbers so you can sit in a room full of other knuckleheads and beta male simp mangina talking about, well, I got 10, well, I got 20, well, I did 50 last week, well, I did 100 last year. Don't, man, nobody want to hear that. The only men around here who are still talking about the numbers of women that they're intimate with are pure beta male simp manginas. And that's right, you're a beta male simp mangina, and ain't really nothing you can say to disprove that theory or to make that not be true. The next thing is you have to understand that she is open to leadership if it proves effective. You know, a woman can get to a certain age where it don't matter what she hasn't learned. She's just not going to listen no more. Man, I'm not talking about 50, 60 years old. I'm talking about much younger than that. A woman's going to get to an age where she's just not going to listen anymore. Not to you, not to most other people, probably not to anyone. She's just going to do her thing. She's at the point where she's like, okay, I do my thing. I'm just going to do what I want to do. However it turns out, I'm just going to enjoy life. I ain't finna listen to nobody. And nobody finna run me. And nobody finna control me. And nobody finna tell me now. Anytime you're with a woman, she uses a word like control, hey, man, you need to fall back. If you try to instruct her or guide her and she says you're controlling, man, you need to fall back. So you have to keep in mind that, man, that's the perfect scenario, because if you're a wise man, then you want to impart your wisdom upon the people around you. And if you're going to have a woman around you, man, then it's best to have a woman around you, man, who's open to receiving that instruction. Now, am I saying she's going to follow everything to a T? No, but here's the thing. You don't want her to follow everything to a T. You want her to follow enough where she starts to understand the things you tell her to do always pan out. But some of the things that she tries to do on her own don't pan out. Then she's going to respect your authority, respect your leadership, respect your wisdom. Am I saying every woman will do this? No. Some of y'all suckers ain't never had a woman around you who would be like this. And some of y'all think and some of y'all have had a woman around y'all who do like this. You just ain't got the wisdom, understanding, knowledge to be a leader properly. So this is for men who are in a situation with a woman that they think is worthy. That's all. If you don't have a woman you think is worthy, man, skip past this one. That's what you should do. If you got caught up in this one, my bad, man. Maybe I should have titled it better or did something. But it seems to me the title lets you know 5 things to expect when you date a younger woman. I mean, I can't make it more plain than that. Now, here's the last thing. She doesn't have any understanding of what a true man is. Because at that age, if she's with a true man, she's with him. She ain't gonna let him go, and she ain't gonna do nothing to lose him. And ain't no true man finna let no young woman who got her head on right and ready to follow a man to the ends of the earth, he not gonna let her go. So here's the real deal. She doesn't know what it's like to be with a man like you. And you gotta remember that. Your expectations for her are unreasonable because she's never had those expectations before in her life. She's probably never had any expectations. The last man she was with, if let's say she was only with one man, if she was with that one man, he had no expectations for her. He had no expectations. So you got to understand that she doesn't know what it means. A lot of things you think a woman should know. Yes, a woman in her 30s or 40s would know that. But this younger woman doesn't know those things. So the number one thing you have to have when you're dealing with a younger woman, man, is patience. You got to have it. You got to have patience as long as she's improving. If she's improving, you can afford to be patient. If she's not improving at all, you need to move on from the scene, man, and understand that she's not the woman for you. But more times than not, she will be improving. Now, this is all about if a woman likes you. I mean, if you're a paymaster or you're a sugar daddy, man, or you some type of trick, man, then this don't even apply to you. You ain't going to have the opportunities with the women in your life, bruh. And even if you thought you could, then you just don't have the wherewithal, man, to even step to the plate like this. You understand? So you got to understand, man, you got to be patient with her. You really are shaping her into being what you want her to be. If you go get an old school body, man, or Chevy or a Dodge or whatever you're going to use, man, old caddy, you got to take some time, effort, and energy and resources to put that thing together. You're not going to go get it and then try to do a frame off restoration and have it back in 2 months. That's just not how frame off restorations go. It may be next year when you get that thing back from a frame off restoration, but you got to have the patience. The same patience you apply to other areas in your life that are beneficial to you, you have to apply them to this area in your life, but only if she's beneficial to you. She shouldn't be in your life if she's not beneficial to you. And I'm not saying she got to be breaking bread with you. That's one way, but that's not the only way. She has to be beneficial to you. How can she be beneficial to me? That's for you to decide. You're a grown man. I ain't going to tell you everything now. You got to think some of this stuff out for yourself. How does she benefit you? What benefit do you need in your life? You base that on that.